Hello, happy Wednesday. Am I live? There we go. Yes, I am. Woohoo! All right, awesome. Hi, everyone. I am back. I am excited to be back, but it was nice to also spend time with family. As you can see, I'm not yet back in Florida, but I am starting to slowly get back into work and those kind of things. So I'm excited to be back today on this Wednesday. And today I wanted to talk about how or why you may be struggling on your long runs. This is one of the very common problems that I have with a lot of that I work with a lot of my clients, and hear from a lot of potential clients as well, that they struggle on their long runs. And I wanted to talk about this and specifically relate it to why, as somebody that could be plant-based, why they may be struggling, even though you may have heard of all these benefits that you should be getting um, from eating plants, and there are a ton of benefits, but I want to talk about what could possibly be what is holding you back, or why you may be struggling on those long runs. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I am going, let's see. I should see, maybe I can't see comments here. I should be going live on my page as well as my group. So hopefully this also posts there as well. But if you are watching this live, just comment below live or say hi. Let me know that you're here. If you are watching this on replay, just let me know below that you're watching this on replay. So we'll get right into it. So the number one reason why you could be struggling on your long runs is eating too low of carbs or too low of fat. So a very common, I don't like to say diet, but it's very common that most people, that when they go plant-based, they try a low-fat, whole food plant-based diet. This is great for the general person that has heart disease, that may want to either prevent or reverse certain chronic diseases. The problem is, if you are an endurance athlete, you are not the general person. You are not a general person because you are active. You are more active than the general human being. And unfortunately, the majority of people in our nation, in our country, still struggle with obesity. So it makes very much sense why this lifestyle will help them. But for you as an endurance athlete, for you that is very active, it's very important, especially for ultra runners, to make sure you are getting enough carbohydrates and eating enough fat. So I see this so common that people don't eat enough carbs, but also eat enough fat. And I see a lot with really both of those things, that we're afraid to eat too many carbs, and then because of possibly weight gain, that sort of thing, or maybe you're focused on fat loss, and then the fat, a lot of people are just so afraid of having fat, but fat is also an energy source. So carbs and fats are two energy sources, and especially with long distance running, those are our main energy sources. So we want to make sure we're eating enough. And when I talk about fats, what I'm also talking about is I'm talking about healthy fats. Of course, when you're plant-based, we like to promote a lot of healthy fats, like avocados are great. Your nuts, seeds, right? There's so many healthy fats that you can get, that you may really like as well. And then also make sure too that eating enough fats will also help you to also eat enough calories. And this is also very important, which I think I've talked about this before as well, is how important it is to make sure that you are eating enough calories. And when you don't eat enough calories, we can do harmful things to our hormones, or even injuries and things like that can happen just from chronically under eating. So it's very important. So if you're struggling with long runs, possibly this could be why. You could be just not eating enough carbs or not eating enough fat. So make sure that you are. And of course, if you need any help to make sure that you're eating enough, that's why I'm here and that's why I help as well. So I'm just gonna hold on here, guys. I don't think don't know if this shared to my group. Oh, it looks like it did. Okay. Okay. That's okay. Okay. Maybe I am. I don't know why I'm not seeing comments here. Okay, it looks like it's shared, so hopefully it did. If not, I will share this afterwards. Okay, number 2 is not fueling pre or during runs. So I see this a lot. I actually asked this in the group. I asked my group, if people eat before their runs. So a lot of people, I would say the majority of people tell me that they don't eat run or don't eat before a run, or it depends on how far they go. So definitely, if you're running over 60 minutes, you definitely should eat something. But I also encourage you to eat at least something before any run because it really helps to train your body. And if we're training our bodies physically, right, it's also important to train our bodies the way we're going to fuel and put nutrition in our bodies for that race. So when if we're training for a long distance, like marathon or ultra marathon distance, then we want to practice. So it's a really good idea, as much as you can, to practice having something before. I recommend, if it's, maybe 5 to 10 minutes before a run, try, a piece of fruit, a dried fruit, or, something that's just small. I like to have a Larabar. And probably most of my runs are for my lowest runs are probably 4 or 5 miles, but usually more than that. So I will run usually 5 or 6 miles on my kind of lower mileage days. So I usually always try to have something. And I usually have a Larabar because it's quick, it's easily digested. The biggest thing easily digestible. So the biggest thing that you want to remember is you just want to make sure that it is low fiber, and especially if you don't give your body a lot of time to digest. So the timing is so important, as well as what you eat is also important. So you want to make sure it's low fiber, and also don't eat too much if it's close to that time that you're going to run. For a longer run, so a Larabar, piece of fruit, 5 to 10 minutes before you run out the door for a 5 or 6 mile run is fine. But any more than 6 miles or 60 minutes, right, on a longer run day, you do want to eat a little bit more. So you do want to leave at least 1 to 4 hours to have something a little bit more substantial. So maybe that's a bagel. But the most important thing to remember is to have something that is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are going to give you energy. A little bit of fat's okay. If that bothers your GI, your digestive system, then it's totally okay not to. Most important thing is carbohydrates. So some people do well just having a bagel. Oatmeal is higher fiber, but it is easy to digest. So oatmeal is kind of one of those exceptions, which is really great. So oatmeal you can use oatmeal or smoothies. I know a lot of people do really well just having a smoothie, and that works for them. So it's really just about finding what works for you. But I have to tell you how important it is to make sure you get in that pre-nutrition, because it really does help you. If you really feel like you're struggling on these longer runs, it can really help you to make sure that you're properly fueling and eating something before your run. Also, during your run is also very important. So making sure that you take electrolytes with you, as well as dates with peanut butter or goos or gels or something. But every 45 to 60 minutes, you should be refueling your body with carbohydrates. So those are simple carbs. So I know ultra runners, I recommend, if they really don't want to do those gels, maybe pretzels, crackers, mashed potatoes. These are dates. Those are kind of things that are still whole foods, but also simple carbohydrates. So that's what's also very important to remember. So you don't get those GI issues and those things, is making sure that you're eating simple carbohydrates. Because I see a lot of people say, especially pre or during, that they don't do that because of GI issues. So another thing I wanted to make sure to explain about is it's also very important I kind of said this, but I want to emphasize it more here as well, that it's important to practice. It's so important to make sure that you are practicing, fueling your body pre and during, because you're going to have to do it for the race. And so it's important because the more you practice and the more you do it, your body will get used to eating those foods. And you may have to experiment and figure out what works. But if you're having GI issues, I just encourage you to just keep practicing, keep trying new things, keep experimenting. And as always, as well as I said before, I'm here to help as well. And then number 3 is not giving your body rest or listening to your body. So this can be really hard, especially when you're following a training plan, to really, listen to your body or, give it rest. But it is very important. This is why, my coach, when he has my rates training for me, the day before a long run, he always has me have a rest day. And there's a reason for that. So I wanted to talk about that as well, because I see a lot of people too, either they don't follow a training plan, or maybe they're following a training plan in Garmin, but they're moving things around, and that's okay to do in certain cases. But that's why it's great to have a coach to kind of ask, like, can I move this around? Is this okay to do? That kind of thing, because you do want something that's personalized to you, and it's totally okay to do that. But also at the same time, there is a reason why you do certain things on certain days, right? Because you want to make sure you're giving your body rest. So if you're really struggling on those longer runs, it could just mean that, maybe your body just needs more rest. And it's not good either to push your body or do too much too soon, and that's where injuries happen as well. So just to recap all of that, so number 1 is not eating enough carbs or not eating enough fats. Number 2 is not fueling pre and during runs. And number 3 is not giving your body enough rest or listening to your body. So I hope that makes sense. If I'm making sense, make sure to comment below. Let me know if this all made sense to you. And if you do have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out. Let me see if I do have any announcements this week. Not really too much, I don't think, going on this week. At least I'm just getting back into kind of the swing of things. I will update you guys as more develops, but as of now, not too much. Oh, I do have did create a club on Strava. So if you are interested in joining the club on Strava, it's called Plant-Based Runners on Strava. So you can either search for the group and I will approve you, or we can, if you find me, we can also be friends, and I can also invite you to the group as well if you can't find it. But I did post a link to the group in the Facebook group. So check that out and join our club. I think it'll be fun to see each other and see each other runs. I know a lot of you guys in the group absolutely love posting your runs and just supporting each other, and I think it's so great, and I just absolutely love to see that you guys are doing that. And I thought a couple people actually have recommended that I start a club on Strava, so that is why. So we'll see how that goes. So I think that's it. But if you guys have any questions at all, as I said, don't hesitate to reach out. I am just getting back into the swing of things, but I do still have opportunities to join my one-on-one coaching program as well if you are interested and just need some help. I know there are people that are running in October, November, kind of these fall, getting ready to do their fall marathon. So if you guys do need any help at all with nutrition or training or running, any of that, don't hesitate to reach out as well. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.